The conference is now on break. Please return to your committee room at the appointed time.
This is a Model UN conference. Students from different high schools around the area, Lee, Charlotte, and Collier County, come here. They represent different countries. So it's a role-playing simulation where delegates have to understand the position of their countries, negotiate with other representatives, formulate agreements called resolutions that represent kind of a common ground on how to approach the different issues that we've selected for the conference.
I joined Model UN my freshman year, and I've been doing it ever since. I'm the vice president of our club. And we actually do Swiffle-Mun every year. It's a great program. The seniors especially look forward to it because you can accumulate points over the years. And when you do get more points, you get a scholarship possibly. And then on top of that, you do get the chance to compete at a pretty high level of competition. Currently, we're actually in an unmoderated caucus, which is basically informal debate in which we discuss all of our comprehensive plans that come together to solve these issues. I'm the United Kingdom, so I'd be proposing my plans to combat human trafficking and migrant smuggling as we're doing right now. The United Kingdom's plan for rehabilitation within the PETA plan utilizes the V-Day Foundation-supported Cities of Joy, which provided victims of trafficking and migrant smuggling with a sense of purpose, a sense of community, and programs for reintegration into society. And we end up just eventually working all together on usually around 3 to 4 distinct blocks, which pass papers to solve the issues.
I've got into it for my freshman year, and I was just advised to do it by my IB advisor, and then I just got into it, and since then I've been very involved in it. And ever since the first conference that I went to, I really opened my eyes internationally to what is happening around in the world. I had no idea that people were going through all these struggles in different countries, and I just really took me out of my bubble of Cape Coral. With the international mindedness, I actually want to be an environmental engineer one day, and it's very important to have the other countries and figure out what their conflicts are and what their problems and issues are to correctly help the environment that they live in.
We're basically listening to the students' public speaking, to their writing, looking at the resolutions they're developing, and how they're working together to address problems. In the case of our committee, we're dealing with a very serious problem for the country as well as for Southwest Florida, and that's human trafficking. Each student is representing a particular country, and they're responsible for researching what that country's positions are as best they can in international meetings such as the United Nations.
I want to emphasize that it's the students who really do the work, so we kind of facilitate. We do have to teach them the basic parliamentary procedure, speaking skills that they need when they compete, and then make sure that we teach them how to do some research. I love to teach, I really do, and I teach all different levels of students, but coming to something like this, I get to see really the best of the best.
This program existed before FGCU opened, and when FGCU was hiring, they asked me, well, one of the things we'd like you to do is model UN, right, so that we can support this program. So that, the Naples Council on World Affairs had approached FGCU and said, we'd really like some faculty support for the Model UN program. It represents a long-term working relationship between the Naples Council on World Affairs and Florida Gulf Coast University.
This is a Model UN competition. The Naples Council on World Affairs has been doing this with Florida Gulf Coast University this is the 21st year. The focal point are current international topics and trying to give young people an opportunity to develop communication skills. Most of us that join that organization have an interest in world affairs. So the Naples Council wants to give back to the community, and we find this is one of the ways we do it, and it's particularly effective. The basic structure is that we use is there are 12 committees. Each of those committees has a current topic of international concern. They're difficult topics. That particular one was human trafficking. So what the members of that committee are trying to do is to come up with some policies that will help make that situation better. We think a powerful part of this particular competition is who judges it. In this case, it's very experienced people, a lot of people who have worked in the Foreign Service, in the military, and international business. So that's kind of who's keeping score. The chairs, the people who run the committees, are college students. And all of the participants in this particular competition are high school kids. They're freshmen to seniors. They also come from some high schools that participate in these competitions and other places and are very experienced, and others that this is the first time they've ever been on a college campus. And so there's kind of a melding there that I think is very beneficial.